Ladies, I'm here on the show, and I am here to talk about Monday Night Raw, the show Fallout, all the fallout here from Elimination Chamber. Saw Rhea Ripley and Randy Orton win earn their title matches. Roman Reigns made his latest return to have his second promo with CM Punk, as we're now officially on the road to WrestleMania in what now? 7 weeks? Thought that was actually a good show. Yes. I'm actually being positive. It was a good show. I thought the first hour was excellent. You know, with the fishing kicking off, and then Seth Rollins, a few masked decoys appear, grabs their attention, leaves Paul Heyman alone long enough in the ring for the visionary Seth Rollins to take the mask off. I wish they would just do away with the mask. I hate seeing the mask. I'm over it. But other than that, I enjoyed the opening segment. Dragon Lee and Gunther was a banger. That was better than the whole Elimination Chamber card. The middle, the first hour was fucking great. The second hour, it was a little dull, I thought, but then it picked back up. So overall, I thought it was like a 7 out of 10 show, and that's probably what I'm going to give it. 7 out of 10. I actually thought it was a good show. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that happened tonight, for sure. We also had a new champion. Danhausen cursed Dominic. He loses the IC title to Penta, and also another, I guess, little wrinkle in the Dominic and Finn story right there, I guess. Now that Penta has won a title, I'm glad they put the belt on Penta. And now this can set up Dominic and Finn Balor. Possibly. There's going to be a gauntlet match next week to determine the number 1 contender for AJ Lee's championship. Lyra, Bayley, Io, Raquel, Asuka, and Ivy Nile. Man, I'd like to see Bayley. Probably, I'd like to see Io, to be honest. Jey Uso's already back tonight, so that thing was just for the Elimination Chamber. So they didn't have to put him in it because he wasn't supposed to be. But yeah, for the show, Gunther and Dragon Lee was way better than everything on the Elimination Chamber. That was a banger, phenomenal match between AJ Lee and Dragon. The first 40 minutes were fucking awesome. And I feel like Gunther's pretty damn good at making anything feel important. That says how good he is and what he does and how bad the creative is at what they do. Because sometimes they don't make him feel important, which is a crime. But they can make Gunther feel really damn important when they want to, and Dragon Lee can really go in the ring. So great performance by him out there. The Vision started off the show. Seth Rollins hit Paul with the chair, curb stomp him, and then LA Knight, the ambulance driver. That was funny. But I felt like after the first match, I guess technically the first match, like the first hour, first 40 minutes, kind of got a little dull. It was a great first hour. The second hour was kind of dull. But I will say after that, it picked back up after a little bit. The Americano match was silly, but it was actually good Raw compared to past weeks. So I normally complain about it really kind of being mid half the time. So it was good tonight, so good to see. Okay, Jay Lee had a promo and it was whatever. Like, an open challenge stick or whatever feels just kind of repetitive. given how frequently we've seen it on SmackDown, now we're going to see it, and now we're going to see it at WrestleMania with Lesnar giving an open challenge, but if it results in fun matches with, like, Bayley, Lyra, Asuka, and more, you know what, it's fine. It's something for the title. But they're going to have a gauntlet next week to determine the number one contender. Americano stuff is just silly. Like, it was I guess, decent match, but all it did was confirm that this feud is nowhere near as hot as Kaiser's Americano is in AAA in Mexico. Wrapping up and move on would be best for them all, because this stuff is only for really AAA. Honestly. And Rusev, he called out Oba Femi. Enjoyed that. Rusev and Oba Femi can have a match. Would love to see that. Rhea Ripley cut a promo tonight. I don't know, Jay Cargill. I saw this stuff on Twitter. They had some social media interaction or whatever. Why is everyone falling for? Why are people falling for this, man? It's fucking marks. They're clearly working. But yeah, this was great. I thought Dominic and Penta had a good match. Penta ends up winning the championship, thank God, because Dom really hasn't done anything with it. Roman and Reigns and CM Punk. I thought their first promo was better, but the second one still here was pretty good. It kind of lacked the organic nature of an original promo segment. Falcon attempted at recreating that match, but it was still an intense back and forth one. The first one I thought was better, but the second one was still good. You know, you can't give all the material away, because they still have, 6 or 7 weeks till WrestleMania. But yeah, tonight was actually good for once. It felt like to me, so. There's you want me to be positive? I'm being positive. There was only one really silly thing, and it was kind of just the Americano stuff and Jimmy Uso and Austin Theory. Didn't really care for those two things, but other than that, I thought the show was actually good. So this is a good Raw compared to last week's, to like the last couple weeks. So, let's go over the card here. What happened tonight? So we start off with the Division. So, Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, they interrupt the proceedings and threatened to hold the show hostage until Seth Rollins appeared. Said Adam Pearce claimed there would be no holding the show up, and said he needed to have a conversation with Rollins, who had yet to be physically cleared for competition. Several masked decoys appeared. I say this, I'm tired of seeing the masked decoys. I'm just tired of seeing the masked man. A masked man. I don't care who it is. But they grabbed the heel's attention, leave the Oracle alone long enough for the Visionary to blast him with a chair, delivered a stomp. The fans loved it. But yeah, it was a great segment, I thought. Hot start to the show that felt relevant and urgent, so good to see that. Dragon Lee and Gunther was fantastic. Before that, the medics tended to a bloodied Heyman until Jimmy Uso beat down Austin Theory and LA Knight drove the Wise Man out of the arena in the ambulance. But in the arena, Dragon Lee attacked Gunther during the entrance. It wanted soon over the next 2 segments was probably maybe the best TV match of 2026 so far. This was excellent, man. Gunther defeats Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee looked fantastic out there. The finish with Gunther removing the mask to expedite the submission was extraordinary. That was a great ending to a great match. Dragon Lee's a damn good wrestler. So was Gunther. This was great. AJ Lee cut a promo, grabbed the fans. She promised to defend the title the next time she was in the ring against any one of the women she mentioned when she returned from her long hiatus. Rayo Americano versus the OG. Who won this? The OG Americano defeated Rayo Americano. I really don't care about this, honestly. It was whatever. It was a decent match. Before that, there was a pre-tape promo. Liv Morgan saw her her relive her trials and tribulations on the road to stardom at WWE, all while warning Stephanie of her resume to have their match at WrestleMania. What's next? Here. Rusev calls out Obafemi. He hopped down on the announce table and called out Obafemi, tired of hearing about the Ruiner's recent successes. The former NXT champion answered the two brought, and Femi getting the best of his budding rival with a big spine buster. And don't care about what else happened backstage. But yeah, Obafemi was outstanding here. The crowd was completely behind him, reacted as he fired up, fending Rusev off, and stood tall like a future WWE champion. I think there was some backstage stuff with Lyra Bailey and Io or whatever. I think they could do Bailey and AJ Lee, possibly. I mean, I'd like to see it. I mean, I think it's where they could go for AJ Lee's first title defense, maybe. Jimmy Uso, Austin Theory. He defeated Jimmy Uso wins via DQ. This will probably be the world tag title program. I thought this could have been like a backstage segment. This really didn't need to be a match. Rhea Ripley cut a promo. She's going to face Jay at WrestleMania. The fire in her eyes directed towards Jay reflected like real dislike of the current champion. Perhaps they're just trying to play into this social media exchange. Or I think they're trying to work fans, maybe. This could be a marquee match at WrestleMania. I'm still going to say for now, I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's the biggest match they could do for WrestleMania. It could have been Io and Rhea, the biggest match they could do. But maybe Rhea can carry Jake to a good match. We'll see what they can do. Penta defeats Dominic for the championship as expected, and rightfully so. The match was decided by Balor and his decision not to get involved. And this was the best cause Penta's challenged for and lost matches for the Intercontinental Championship for the last year. So with Balor teasing his inevitable departure from the Judgment Day, when will it happen? Who knows? But this is perfect. This was perfect to me. Roman Reigns returns as a promo with CM Punk for the first time since the February 2nd show. He appeared. Before he could speak, CM Punk cut him off with his own entrance. He reminded Reigns of their history in Indianapolis, dating back to the Shield's debut in the city. Remember 2012 Survivor Series. He hit back later by claiming that he brought Punk back to appears the 30, 40-year-old virgins living in their parents' basement. Oh my god. Yeah, he said 30, 40-year-old virgins living in their parents' basement. Oh my god. Reigns took shots at Punk, claiming he was miserable and complaining backstage as people rushed to tell him about it. He promised to beat Punk, take the title back, and send him packing with a retirement tour and a trip to NXT to get the next generation ready. He wrapped the segment up with a furious retort, reminding Reigns that he has no more backup, be it the Shield or the Bloodline, and at WrestleMania, he's going to bury Reigns right next to his father. Oh my lord. And he said, good thing I've got these bags under my eyes because I've got to carry your bullshit all the way to WrestleMania. This lacked the organic nature of the first promo they had, but it was still intense back and forth that saw each guy lay some quality blows before that knockout line from Punk about Reigns' dad. But yeah, this is still the only match of those announced that feels like a genuine WrestleMania main event, and nothing has changed my mind about that. That's the biggest match. It's going to be the main event. Biggest match they could probably do for WrestleMania. But yeah, this was pretty good, I thought. But yeah, I'll give tonight a 7 out of 10 show. I actually thought it was good. Not just going to be one of those people that complain about every show. There was a little bit of filler, but that happens. Most of the show, I really enjoyed most of the show, though. So, yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.